Welcome in then to the latest edition of Extra Time. Nedum is still with us. We had a lovely time.
A few more days, yeah.
You've never guessed where me and Nedum met this morning.
That could go any direction.
Never. The running track.
Oh boy.
Oh yes.
That's right. That's what I do.
What a picture Nedum was.
What were you doing at the running track?
You came to watch me. That's the problem.
Oh, what?
Yes, I woke up. I've got to go watch Nedum run. My son was training on the pitch. He had soccer training as Nedum was doing laps. It was very good.
Shout out to your son.
Nedum's very professional. He had his thingy on. What do you call it?
vest, yeah.
I was going to call it bra, but that would be wrong.
I tend not to wear bras.
There we go. What's that? Move on. Yes.
Yeah.
If you could grab lunch with one Premier League player, who would it be and why? Well, that's easy.
Is it?
Jack Grealish. Oh, yes.
Good point.
Liquid lunch.
Oh, man, what a way to start the day. You'd have lunch, dinner and breakfast.
Never mind that running track. Running track or lunch with Grealish?
Oh, definitely. Shaq, who are you having lunch with?
Oh, we had quest advice.
All right, well, this person...
It's not.
No, you wouldn't...
What's the Nedum first?
Surely they said not someone you'd be interested to sit down, discuss, talk.
What?
I'm trying.
So what I would
Just
do...
because you're in Craig's chair.
Yeah. Something about the energy.
Lunch with
I'm having lunch with anybody.
I ate lunch.
Yeah, obviously he's left now, but I would have gone for De Bruyne.
Well, he's gone.
Yeah, so instead I'd go for Grealish, because that's going to be lunch, brunch, everything you need it to be, yeah.
Certainly will.
Come on, Dad, next question, let's go.
Has Newcastle's recruitment team been a big failure? And the root cause of the mess created? The bottom line is they have lost all their targets to other teams, and Isak would have been a Liverpool player by now with a big pot of cash at their disposal.
This summer hasn't been good. Last summer there was a lot of financial issues that they had to address, and as a result, they didn't do an awful lot in the transfer market. Welcome to Nali back after his suspension. But to say that the recruitment department of Howard's phrase has been a failure, I think it's a stretch. We're talking about a team that finished 5th last season. And again, with financial constraints. So the answer to that is it's not been great this summer, but no, by no means it's been a failure.
Nedum will be discussing this more, by the way, on Football Americas, but let's just get your opinion on it now. Tim Weah has come out and basically said that those pundits who have been openly critical of Christian Pulisic turning his back on the US for the World Cup are evil.
I think evil's quite a strong word.
It's quite strong.
It's quite strong.
Evil.
Yeah.
It's quite strong. I think maybe because of the impact that they know that their words will have. And I think as a pundit, I would have liked to have seen those guys that said it say it to Christian or say it to whomever they were mentioning, instead of doing it from like the comfort of like their own home, their own studio and something, and not really having that discussion itself. Because I reckon they wouldn't say it in the same way if they were speaking to Pulisic directly.
Right.
So I don't think it's evil, but I think there is something within this industry about being able to pass a message on to somebody you're talking about, and whether you do it in the same way. Because if you do, brilliant. But
have you had players reach out to you to say that was out of order?
No, they're not really to me. And like most people know the way that I do things, I try and give the benefit of the doubt. There are certain things that I'm passionate about that upset me, and if it's objectively wrong, I'll say it's objectively wrong. But if I wouldn't say it to someone's face, I won't say it at all. And I think that's where it's a bit different, because some of the former players, like lo and behold, there's like a grumpy older person talking about the youth of today and how bad everything's become.
Right.
But that's generation upon generation upon generation. But again, I think from Timothy Weah saying it's evil, it feels strong from my perspective.
I don't get the evil comment, but at the same time, Christian Pulisic is not the first player to ask to be left out of an international team for one reason or another. I think a lot of the reaction was exaggerated, maybe because of who it is and kind of given what US soccer has been going through. But what US soccer and their turmoil has kind of been about over the last 12 months has got nothing to do with Pulisic. I defend his right to sit out. If you want to sit out, you sit out. That's entirely his right. He's got to earn his place back in the now Pochettino squad. Nothing evil about that.
To take the angle away from America for a second, put it on USA and put it in England. England at the Euros a year ago, England men, the hysteria around their performances made it so much harder for those players, because it was a constant critique from players who had also never gone as far as those players had gone in the tournaments that they've done. You know, whether you're talking about the 2 European Championship finals or like a World Cup semi or whatever it was. So yeah, that does make a difference. The words of the people who've done it before really do matter. And I think most players these days, they get frustrated when it feels like the people talking about it are out of touch.
Right.
And they'd rather just say something that's easy for them to say, but then they don't have to deal with the consequence, because as soon as the mics go off, their job's done.
For Xhaka, if Manchester City buy Donnarumma from PSG and sell Ortega and Edison, do you think he'll start ahead of Trafford?
He'll start.
Yeah.
You're not going to bring in Donnarumma, and his reported, Jules was saying a couple of days ago, 15 million a year, whatever it is he's asking. You're not going to bring in Donnarumma, put him on 15 million a year and bench him for Trafford. That being said, I stand by what we were saying a couple of days ago. It just doesn't seem like a Pep Guardiola signing, because he's not great with his feet. Great goalkeeper, but not great with his feet. Guardiola wants goalkeepers who are good with their feet.
Why is player loyalty always questioned when a top performer wants to move to a bigger club, but when a club forces out a player they gave a contract to, it's just called roster management? Good reading.
Yeah, I think that's a really good question. It sounds like something that like a former player would have sent in, because realistically the narrative...
Well, it is Dan's fancy dress shorts.
Well, there we go. And in reality, like, that's the situation. Like, a player is deemed loyal until they're not needed anymore, and then it's like, off you go. And even, for example, this summer with United having some of those players training by themselves, but then someone said, oh, just leave, their salary's too high, we can't afford it. Well, how did they give out their contracts in the first place? The club at one point thought this was the right thing for them to do, and now all of a sudden it's like, oh no, the player's the villain. I think the business of football is one which has so many sides to it, and I think that whole player loyalty thing, I think if most fans or people who are interested in the game were put in the player's position, they'd do things the exact same way, because it's work at the end of the day.
Agreed.
Thank you, Shaq. Shaq, would you rather have to get... This is a very random question.
I like it though.
Shaq, would you rather have to get a man bun or a ponytail for 6 months, or have to room with Stevie and Craig for the World Cup next summer? So you hate ponytails. This is where this all comes from.
And the old man bun. I hate those.
Just not on...
Nah, I'll be honest. I'd prefer to room with Stevie and Craig.
Wow.
Oh, here's a statement, that, isn't
That's
it?
where you stand.
Yeah, I can't stand ponytails or
No.
man buns.
No.
No, nah.
Nedum?
No, I can't. I can't. I'll just buy 2 cases of beer every day. Let them
I don't know if that's what
entertain
you want.
themselves.
I don't know.
I can't.
I don't know. We've heard the stories though of rooming with Stevie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it says more about Xhaka's irrational sort of like rage towards man buns.
Do you think
There's
so?
nothing irrational about it. Nothing irrational about it.
Nedum, where do you stand on man buns?
Listen, if it means I get room to myself, I'd
Yeah.
give me a man bun.
What's interesting?
No, for 6 months? No, you're getting a room. Tournament is what? 4 weeks.
Yeah.
But
I'm not having a man bun for 6 months.
6 months man bun?
Now, if it's a
6 years,
man
no
bun
issues.
for the length of the tournament, or
Yes.
room with Craig and Stevie for the length of the tournament,
Yeah.
you do the man bun for the tournament.
I just remember we were talking this morning at the running track,
yes.
because a lot of people, I'm sure, at the moment are now finalising their fantasy teams ahead of the start of the new season. Nedum psychologically can't commit himself to do fantasy because it ruins his life.
Yes,
is that
correct.
fair?
That is 100% true. And I think most people that do decide to play FPL, they acknowledge that as they begin the game.
I don't know if you take it that seriously.
You take it seriously.
I don't think so.
You take it seriously.
Well, apparently I don't watch any football.
Yeah, well, like this, and as well, there's 2 different worlds there, because you can take it seriously and still be bad. And I think that's the worst position to be in, and that's what I fear.
And Dan don't take it seriously.
No.
That's what I fear.
I know
fear-
people who take it seriously, and Dan is not one of
It's like it's basically
take
it's like,
very little seriously.
Sometimes it's like, if you buy a lottery ticket, you believe that's going to be the ticket that's going to win it, and then all of a sudden there's a sense of disappointment. Now imagine that just every single week over players who shouldn't even be bothering you.
So
you don't buy a lottery ticket and then go out and buy a Ferrari.
No, but you expect to be able to buy one once.
But you
the
just
door's
can't
done.
cope with that disappointment.
No, I can cope with it, but I've enjoyed my life not getting stressed because there's been a goal at Sunderland, and it's from this player who shouldn't
Right.
really matter. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
all right.
So yeah, I'm easy. I'm taking some time off.
Okay, that's good. Because your mate Jules does the podcast. doesn't
Yeah,
he?
Jules does it. He does it really
BFF.
well, and
Well, he doesn't,
and
because I
one-
beat him last year.
Yeah, that was last year. But one thing I would say about Jules,
So don't say anything bad about Jules.
No, I was just about to say the thing with Jules is, as we know, he's not a great winner. So when he does win, you will hear about it.
Didn't win last year. Right. For both, who was the one signing for your club during your playing days that you're most excited about? Oh, good question.
What was the question?
When you're at your club, who were you most excited about? The new signing?
One signing, Shearer at Newcastle.
Yeah, I imagine that's quite a lot of hype over
I
that.
think I might be able to top this.
Oh.
With all due respect to the record goal scorer in the Premier League. For energy and vibes, it was Carlos Tevez coming from United to City.
Right.
Because that was the start of things starting to change in the city and the dynamic of the two clubs.
Welcome to Manchester.
Welcome to Manchester, that big billboard, like that
Yes.
was very significant. Like that was a bigger statement than say the Rubinho stuff and all that. Forget all that. Tevez coming to City and starting what would end up being a successful 12 years for them. Whatever it was.
Final question. You folded up because you said it was about me.
Yes, it is about you.
Well,
Dan
to
Thomas.
me.
So this is from The Righteous Anger of Craig Burley.
Okay.
For Dan.
Yes, that's me.
If you had to do every show for an entire week
Yes.
with only one other panel member, who would be riding shotgun with you?
Oh, Shaka.
Why?
Because he's great.
Great at.
Doesn't complain. Interesting banter. Great. Just great.
So do we see that as saying the other guys have no interesting banter and they're not great?
I'm just saying that Shaka's sat here at the moment. You're going back to
It
the UK,
felt like
and it's an easy answer.
Okay. It felt like you said less about Shaka and more about the others, in my opinion.
Well, that's fair enough. That's your opinion. Now, if others were sat here, it would be a different answer.
Ah, right, okay, my bad.
But one thing is definitely not Nedum.
Okay, that's fine. I'm okay. I'm okay with that.
When you go back?
Not soon enough.
Wow. See you at the running track tomorrow.
Hopefully not.
He got so angry because some teenagers had got in his way on the track and worried for
Did
where
you just run over them?
Look how the story changes, by the way. Look how the story changes. Look how the story changes.
he had his spikes on. There we go. I love you, Shaka. ESPN FC returns to your screens tomorrow. What's happening? Oh, Liverpool Bournemouth. Something to talk about. Holy cow.